Cameron. We're at Cameron Nursery. I'm the production director. This is my sister.
Allison Schrader. I'm the business manager.
My job is mostly problem solving. I spend a lot of my day driving around, circling fields, checking in on crews. I try to find a problem in its early stages so that we have a chance to correct it. This is a nursery, so the trees are very close together. So any problem, any stressor, any insect, any disease, anything at all, it spreads very quickly. There's a short window to react. So my primary job is to find those issues quickly and make a plan and act appropriately.
In the office, we're very focused on intellectual property, staying in compliance with our varieties, staying in compliance with our contracts, making sure that our contract is meeting current litigation standards, as well as all of our leases and so on. Our accounting team is working multiple years in advance. Right now we're focused on 2023 and even 2024. 21 is almost done. Once we're done shipping here in a couple months, it's over. So it can be very confusing and hard to keep track of.
Trying to plan for the future is a constant goal, but the more you can plan for, the more you can account for, the more contingencies you have, the more successful you'll be.
And the quicker you are to adapt and change, the better. Like right now, we're getting ready to plant our 2023 field. A lot of growers aren't planning what they're going to be planting in 23, but we have to decide what they're going to want. So we joke that we don't go to Vegas and gamble. We're nursery people. It's a lot of guessing right now, and that can be difficult. So that planning ahead is very important.
For me, I'd start out with what's my end game? What are my goals? What variety would I prefer to have? Is top working an option, or do I need to start over fresh? If you're top working, it's important to know what rootstock you're already using. You need to know what your spacing is. Will top working even be profitable? You might be forced in a situation where you have to start fresh. Starting fresh gives you a lot of opportunities. The cost is quite a bit higher, so planning is crucial.
So if you're purchasing a 40-acre orchard and you're looking at, okay, how can I make a profit as fast as possible? If that location's already been top worked, you have the potential for all sorts of compounding diseases in those trees that you have. And so brand new, starting over may be, even though financially it's so much more, at the end of the day, that may be the best thing you can do. So making sure that you're reaching out and talking to people in the industry that are looking at disease management, the financial side, but also the different propagation ways you can make the growth as fast as possible. One of the biggest struggles with bringing new varieties, new rootstocks into the nursery, let alone into the U.S., but into the nursery, is you need time to test and evaluate. And we need it to go through CPCNW or some sort of clean plant situation, which is a whole other thing. It takes a lot of time and so on. So trying to get that stuff in, and a lot of times our growers are hearing about new varieties and new rootstocks before we even have access to it, or there's budwood for us to even get.
Right. And
it's really a problem. So we have growers wanting this stuff, and there's literally no way to have it for you. So it's a big frustration. Bringing new varieties into the U.S., there's such an overabundance of varieties right now. The new stuff really has to kick somebody else out. There's no room in the grocery stores. It's frustrating for the growers as well, for them to call us and go, hey, we heard this new variety is available now, and we don't even have a license. They're telling us there's no budwood for it. Like, we can't,
The last 2 years, we've ordered a total of 30,000 rootstocks for the purpose of special trees, meaning for testing or for bulking up budwood.
For that example, if a grower sees a variety that they want very specifically, and it's a club variety, speak to the people that are part of the club. And we can help facilitate that. Most of the clubs we're licensed to, so we can help conversations. But it's not an easy in. There are certain, requirements that you have to meet as far as quality and all of that. So that can be hard. Planning so far ahead when there are so many new varieties, that's also very hard. If you're planning for 2023 and you want the new apple from Cornell, we could tell you right now it's going to be really tight because we don't even have budwood of it to be able to start. So reserve your rootstocks, and we'll try for a couple months to try to get you that. But if we can't get the wood to be able to bulk it up, we're going to have to ask you to choose a different variety.
Have a backup plan.
Backup plan. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. But we're constantly trying to get everything that's new that we can access.
Yep.
We pay for those 30,000 roots every year. So when you're looking at making an order with a nursery, know that, again, it's got to be a couple years in advance. And work with your nursery as far as, be ready to talk about spacing and all of that. That will help the conversation and guide what you need. In addition to that, while you're waiting for those trees, you're going to want to be working with neighbors, other people in the industry that you're running into at the Palm Club and so on, and get tips on, hey, have you worked with this combination? Have you worked with this rootstock? And just soak in all the information you possibly can. So be working on that. And then as you get closer to, having that plan and knowing, hey, I think I'm going to be able to do this within the next 2 weeks, contact your nursery to schedule shipping. And let the nursery know, hey, it could be a last minute thing, but I think it's going to be over the next 2 weeks. We'll prepare, and we'll do our best to meet that emergency for you. We can't always do that, but if we are given enough heads up, we will plan and prepare for that, just like you've spent the last 2 years planning and preparing for it.